Good morning, I'm Craig DeGrelli. It's Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024, and these are your Unbiased Updates. Exactly 2 weeks to go until Election Day. Both candidates for presidents are blitzing the battleground states. What Kamala Harris told voters in Wisconsin and elsewhere as Donald Trump toured hurricane-battered North Carolina. And student loan repayments affecting about 8 million people will remain on hold. For how long and what happens from here?
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. These are today's Unbiased Updates.
2 weeks to go until Election Day, and the candidates are crisscrossing the country trying to pick up any undecided voters that remain. Democratic nominee Vice President Kamala Harris called in former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney to help her rally support Monday in the battleground states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. During the event in Michigan, Cheney, the daughter of former Vice President Dick Cheney, spoke about being a Republican and siding with the Democratic nominee.
I think that we are facing a choice in this election. It's not about party. It's about right and wrong. And I certainly have many Republicans who will say to me, I can't be public. They do worry about a whole range of things, including violence, but they'll do the right thing. And I would just remind people, if you're at all concerned, you can vote your conscience and not ever have to say a word to anybody.
In Wisconsin, Harris described her opponent, former President Donald Trump, as unstable, referencing comments made by former Trump cabinet members.
I think it's very important that we acknowledge, and I've said publicly, Donald Trump is an unserious man. And the consequences of him ever being president of the United States again are brutally serious. Brutally serious.
Former President Trump visited North Carolina on Monday, where he surveyed the damage created by Hurricane Helene and continued his criticism of the Biden administration's relief efforts.
It's the power of nature. Nothing you can do about it, but you got to get a little bit better crew in to do a better job than has been done by the White House. It's been not good. Not good. I'm here today in Western North Carolina to express a simple message to the incredible people of the state. I'm with you, and the American people are with you all the way. We're going to continue to be with you. We'll see what happens with the election. And we're on January 20th, you're going to have, I think, a new crew coming in to do it properly and help you in a proper manner.
Trump made 2 more stops in North Carolina, holding a rally and speaking at a faith leaders event. Next up for the candidates, former President Donald Trump will continue campaigning in North Carolina, holding a rally tonight in Greensboro, and Vice President Harris will sit down for an interview today with NBC News in Washington, D.C. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Israel once again, his 11th visit to the region since war broke out between Israel and Hamas a little more than a year ago. This visit is his first stop on a wider tour of the Middle East, in which Blinken is expected to revive talks for a ceasefire in Gaza in the wake of the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. Blinken's week-long trip comes as the Middle East braces for Israel's response to Iranian missile attacks on Tel Aviv earlier this month. Out west, a teenager could make a first appearance in court as early as today to face murder charges after investigators found 5 people, including 3 children, dead in a shooting at a home in Washington state early Monday. It happened in Falls City, about 25 miles east of Seattle. King County Sheriff's officials say another teenager who had been hurt went to a Seattle hospital. They say that teen and the teen in custody both live at the home where the shooting happened.
They could be any type of relationship, so I'm going to withhold confirming any relationships, but it does appear to be that this is a family incident. Clearly a domestic violence incident that involves not only a young man who's now in significant trouble, and it involves firearms, young men and firearms.
A neighbor told Seattle news station King TV a couple lived in the home with their 5 children. Disgraced movie mogul and convicted rapist Harvey Weinstein has been diagnosed with cancer, according to multiple sources. Reports say he has chronic myeloid leukemia. That's a form of bone marrow cancer, and he's undergoing treatment at Rikers Island Prison in New York, where he's serving a 16-year sentence. This is just the latest health issue that Weinstein has faced behind bars. Last month, he had emergency heart surgery to alleviate a significant amount of fluid in his lungs and heart, and he was hospitalized in July with COVID-19 and double pneumonia. 8 million Americans will be able to continue holding off paying back their student loans for at least another 6 months. The Department of Education confirming the news on Monday. The borrowers impacted are those enrolled in the White House's Saving on Valuable Education plan and anyone who applied for the plan. The Education Department says SAVE enrollees will be placed in an interest-free general forbearance for at least 6 months, pending the outcome of legal challenges. Finally this morning, as we mentioned on yesterday's edition of Unbiased Updates, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Yankees have each punched their ticket to the World Series. Now, if you want a ticket, you will need at least $1,000. According to SeatGeek, the cheapest single seat for Friday's Game 1 in L.A. will cost you $1,034. For Game 2 on Saturday, also at Dodger Stadium, the least expensive ticket is $1,209. Games 3 and 4 on Monday and Tuesday head back to the East Coast, with the cheapest tickets at Yankee Stadium costing $1,385 and $1,110, respectively. A possible Game 5 is showing the same as Game 4. And if necessary, Game 6 and 7 back in L.A., the cheapest tickets are going for around $1,300 or more. Now, what about those good seats behind home plate at Dodger Stadium? Those tickets are going for $1,500 or more. The Fall Classic is certainly a hot ticket, that's for sure. Those are your unbiased updates for this Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. For all of us here at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.